Hey everybody, we're bringing you a sort of special video this time. We've got a box of Modern Masters 2015. And I said we, so this is David, and I'm here with my friends Josh and Danielle. Say hi guys.
Hello.
They're going to help me do the unboxing and do some recording. So as you can see here, we've got a totally sealed box, Modern Masters 2015, and we are going to crack it open. So I've gotten the opportunity to draft the set just once so far, and had a lot of fun doing it, but it wasn't, sort of an extraordinary experience. So I feel totally happy to play the lottery here and see what we get.
Yep, got that. Oh wow, who is this thing?
I feel like all right, there they are. So pack number one. We'll go through the first couple packs here, and then we will talk about mostly the uncommons and the rares. So up first we've got a Somber Hoverguard, which is totally decent in the Affinity archetype. A Gorehorn Minotaurs, which is pretty sweet in the Bloodthirst deck. A 4-mana 5/5 can be pretty awesome, but isn't so impressive otherwise. Apostle's Blessing is, just fine. Not really what you're looking for, but decent out of the sideboard. Death Denied is an interesting card. I actually had a lot of success with this. So at the time I drafted Black-White Spirits, and this card was actually quite good in that deck. We've got a Steady Progress, decent in the green-blue graph deck. A Conclave Phalanx, which is one of the Convoke cards that I actually think is decent in this set. Goblin Fireslinger, which really only fits in the Bloodthirst deck, but there it can be pretty good. Aquastrand Spider, which is sweet in the graph deck, but also just a totally playable 2-drop. Gore Skimmer, probably not a card you're looking to play unless you're in the Affinity archetype. An Alloy Mirror, which is just fine. Celestial Purge, one of the color hate cards in the set. It's great out of the sideboard. Everflowing Chalice is a cube all-star, and just fine in Modern Masters. It's great if you're in Affinity or you're trying to ramp out. Air Servant is a wonderful card in the Elemental deck. And our first rare is an All Is Dust, which is pretty sweet. And the foil is a Tribal Flames, also kind of sweet. All right, so that's the first pack. So we're going to start moving a little bit quicker through these packs. We'll just go through the uncommons and the rare. So in the next pack, we've got a Bloodshot Trainee, which is, it fits into the sort of red equipment decks, but once you have it online, it is just insanely powerful. Mortarpod, a returning limited all-star. Mortarpod doesn't look like much, but once you get it online, it can be really, really powerful, especially if you've got sort of a lot of Eldrazi spawn hanging around. Spectral Procession is great in any deck that you can support the triple white, but also very good in the Spirits Arcane decks. And our rare is a Leyline of Sanctity. It's pretty nice. And we've got a foil Sickle Slicer. Nothing impressive there. So, so far the packs that we've seen have been pretty decent quality. When I was drafting, I had some issues with pack quality. Some of the cards were sort of scuffed up, but these seem to be doing okay. Skargan Firebird, not really a great Magic card. Not really a card I'm looking to play. Celestia Guildmage is great in the green token-based decks, either green-white or green-black. Culling Days. Don't know what that card does. I don't think I need to know what a card does. And a Niv Mizzet the Firemine. It's pretty sweet. And the foil is a Eldrazi Temple. All right. So at this point, the packs have been okay. We haven't seen any mythics yet, but our rares have all been pretty decent. All is Dust, Leyline of Sanctity, Niv Mizzet. For the next pack, we've got Tezzeret's Gambit for the uncommons, Boros Garrison, and Bestial Menace. Bestial Menace is definitely a menace. This is a great card in Limited. Getting 3 bodies for 1 card, even if they're not super impactful bodies, is just insane. And it's great in the sort of Convoke tokens overrun decks. And Guile is our rare. So that's our sort of our first whiff. And a foil Fiery Fall. Next pack, we've got a Core Duelist, which goes in the red-white Double Strike deck pretty well. Daggerclaw Imp, just a fine aggressive card. Tumble Magnet, and our rare is Iona, Shield of Emeria. So this is our first mythic from the pack, and not a bad one at that. And a foil Court Homunculus for your sweet blue-white affinity archetypes. So Iona is definitely a card that was, due for a reprint, and I'm pretty glad that it's in this set. Sort of alongside Elesh Norn, they got all of the likely targets for your Gifts Ungiven decks. So the next pack, got an Incandescent Soul Stoke for the Elemental archetype. Reassembling Skeleton, which was great for me in the Spirits deck. You can get some sacrifice shenanigans going on with him and just keep buying him back, which is pretty sweet. A Drooling Grudian, which is basically unplayable. And we've got a Lodestone Mirror. So this is another little bit of a whiff, but it's expected. And we've got a foil Telling Time. It's pretty sweet. We've got a Water Servant, which is totally great in the Elemental deck, and also just like a fine Magic card. The Aethercaster Knight, which is sweet if you're in the Affinity archetype, but also just fine. Lightning Bolt, so our first money uncommon here, and a Chimeric Mass, which is mass of unplayability in constructed formats, and a foil Wrap in Flames. From our next pack, we've got a Rootkin Ally, which is, totally fine card. An Agony Warp, which isn't really a reason to play blue-black, but you'll probably play it if you have it. Shrewd Hatchling, which goes into the Elemental deck, is a good engine there. And a Necro Skidder. And the foil is... Foil Dark Confidant. Okay, so... well, that's, you're always happy to see that. That's going to pay for about half of this box, if not more. So we're pretty stoked about seeing a foil Mythic and a foil Mythic as nice as a Dark Confidant. So we're pretty excited. We've gotten 1 Mythic so far, some other, a few decent money rares, and a foil Chase Mythic. So we have a backwards card in the next pack, which is totally expected and with the weird packaging issues. Tashnar Swordsmith is great if you're playing at least 2 pieces of equipment. If you're playing just 1, you're going to get those awkward draws where you already have your equipment, so you don't really want to use his ability. But otherwise, pretty good. Here's our backwards card in the pack, which is a Boros Swiftblade. Yeah, it's fine. Goes in the red-white Double Strike deck. Cranial Plating, which of course is an all-star in any affinity deck. And a Cryptic Command. Cryptic Command being probably the chasest of the chase rares in the set. And our foil is a foil Wrecking Ball. So we are very happy with this box as of now, and nowhere to go but up. course, I do have to take this moment to thank my lovely assistants because they've had some great luck in cracking Modern Masters packs, and it is continuing, much to my joy and surprise. Okay, so we've got Devouring Greed, which is a great finisher in the Spirit's Arcane deck, but basically otherwise unplayable. Hikari Twilight Guardian, which was an all-star for me in the Spirits deck. Also Restless Apparition, also pretty good in the Spirits deck. So we've just had great Spirit uncommons. And the foil, or the rare is a Wolfbriar Elemental, so kind of a whiff. The foil is a Scion of the Wild. So yeah, so my experience with the Spirits deck was that, you know, if you can get sort of all of your cards to say Spirit or Arcane, it doesn't really matter the quality of those cards. If they all say Spirit or Arcane, you're doing pretty well for yourself. So here we've got a Smash Smithereens, it's the as a common. Okay, so that's good. A Remand, which is the best or the most expensive uncommon in the set. A Mutagenic Growth, also pretty solid uncommon. A Glass Dust Hulk, which is, you know, good in the Artifacts deck. And a Kiki-Jiki, so our second mythic. Better than Comet Storm, certainly, as far as the rare, red mythics go. And a foil Karplusan Strider, which is, you know, just filler. But so we've hit 2 mythics so far and a foil mythic. So we probably have a chance of maybe 1 or 2 more mythics in this pack. Or sorry, in this box. Golgari Rot Farms. The bounce lands are really, really solid in the format. If you've been listening to any of the, you know, the podcasts like Limited Resources, those cards are guaranteed 2-for-1s in the format, which are great. Ethercaster Knight, what we've seen before. Muldrifter. Muldrifter is insane in the Elemental deck, but just always a great card. This is sort of a limited all-star. You know, if you see a uncommon getting play in Cube, you know that card is just absolutely atrociously insane. And a Shadow Mage Infiltrator. Foil is a Sundering Vitae. Now, you don't get to hear that nice pack tear anymore. You just hear that sort of cold cardboard rip. So we have got another Smash Smithereens, a Cumulox, which is great in the Affinity deck, a Wrecking Ball, a Dismember, which is great uncommon, and a Sunforger, with the foil being a foil Fulminator Mage. Alright, so we have hit a foil mythic and a foil rare, so we're pretty stoked about that. This is sweet. This is actually going to go straight into the sideboard of my Modern Collected Company list. The next pack, we've got a Eldrazi Temple, a Cytoplast Rootkin, a Necrogenesis, a Midnight Banshee is our rare, which is, you know, a totally playable card in Limited, but, you know, not a great card to open for constructed play, and a foil Nest Invader. So packs are shaping up here pretty well for us. Had a few misses, but, you know, that's to be expected in this set. Another Eldrazi Temple, Karplusan Strider, a Simic Growth Chamber, and a Wildfire is our rare, with a foil Flare Husk. Got an Overwhelm, not the greatest effect. This is no Overrun, but, you know, you'll play it in the green-white Convoke decks. Another Reassembling Skeleton, Celestia Sanctuary, and a Mirren Crusader, with the foil being a Narcolepsy. Narcolepsy is an important card to remember about in this format because, you know, if you're the controller of Narcolepsy, you need to remember to tap down your opponent's creature during their upkeep. So unlike a lot of these type effects which just keep things sort of permanently tapped, Narcolepsy, you have to actually announce your trigger to tap it, so be sure not to miss those. We've got a, oh my goodness, Norwegian Sages for the graph deck. Vampire Outcast, which is insanely powerful if you get Bloodthirst going. 4 mana, 4/4 lifelink is just great. And a Lore Scale Coatl. And a Hurkyl's Recall. Pretty decent. And the foil is a foil Raise the Alarm. Pretty sweet. So we've got 4 packs left, I believe. We've got a Deathmark, another Color Hate card, a Mearsmith, a Celestia Sanctuary, and an Indomitable Archangel. And while this may be, a pretty sweet card and limited, is not really got a place in Constructed. The foil is a Shrivel. Oh, seems we actually have more packs than I thought. We've got 6 more packs left. Okay. Dispatch, which is sweet in the artifact deck. Bloodshot Trainee. Another Bloodshot Trainee. Dimir Guild Mage, which is solid if you're in either of those colors. Both of his abilities are pretty good. And a Splinter Twin, which is great for us because I'm actually trying to put that deck together. And the foil is a Goblin Warpaint. So we will be painting probably nothing, but we're really happy to have this Splinter Twin. So this box is shaping up pretty good for us so far. And there's still more to go. A Etched Oracle, which is great, in the 5-color domain decks. Savage Twister, also great in those 5-color domain decks, just as a way to, clear the board for you. Precursor Golem is a solid card in Limited and in, EDH. And the foil is a Spectral Procession. Got 4 packs left. We've opened 2 mythics. Yep, 2 mythics so far, and a foil mythic and a foil rare. Got another Mearsmith with the uncommon slot, a Hearthfire Goblin, another Lightning Bolt, it's pretty sweet to pick up, and an Elesh Norn. So there's our 3rd mythic. Elesh Norn, another card alongside Iona that I was very happy to see reprinted for the Gifts Ungiven packages. And we have a foil Thief of Hope, which was great for me in the Spirits deck. I had 2 of these guys and 2 Waxmane Bakus, and they sort of did a lot of the heavy lifting for me against my opponent's sort of more resilient threats. We've got 3 more packs left. Got a Stormblood Berserker, sweet Bloodthirst card. Palaka Worm. If you've ever had to fight through 2 Palaka Worms, you know that this card is just, a nightmare to be up against. Great for the ramp decks. Boros Swiftblade, again for the Double Strike decks. And a Creekwood Liege. Not the Liege we were hoping for, but, kind of sweet. And the foil is a Spellskite. Oh my goodness. Wow, look at this. We've had an insane number of sweet foils in this pack. So I am definitely really happy to this. I needed a Spellskite too, and I love the shiny. Put Cryptic Command with the mythics because it sort of deserves to be there. Okay, so we've got 2 packs left. Hope they're great. Another Stormblood Berserker. Whoops. Another Etched Oracle. Another Savage Twister. Wait, this print run looks familiar. And an Apocalypse Hydra with the foil being a Wayfarer's Bauble. Wayfarer's Bauble is kind of a sweet foil for the EDH players. Also, Wayfarer's Bauble is just a great pick in Modern Masters 2015 as a way to get fixing and just to ramp. In the last pack, we've got a Scavenger Drake, which is a little bit of a build around card that you probably shouldn't be building around. Algae, oh my goodness, Gariel? I don't know, seems okay. Culling Days, and an Endrixar. This is the perfect rare to end on because, you know, when this guy was finally spoiled, people realized that Modern Masters 2015 was not going to be all value. You know, he's sweet and limited, but he's kind of a flop for constructed play. And the foil is an Alloy Mirror. Okay, so it was sort of a lackluster last pack, but certainly we got some sweet cards here. So just to review, we pulled foil Spellskite, foil Fulminator Mage, and foil Dark Confidant. Those right there probably are close to paying for this box. I got this sort of severely under MSRP at $195 shipped. In addition to those three sweet foils, we got an Iona, Apocalypse Hydra, you don't get to be over there. We got an Iona, an Elesh Norn, and a Kiki-Jiki for our mythics, and a Cryptic Command. And then the rares, we got an All Is Dust, Leyline of Sanctity, Niv Mizzet, Hurkyl's Recall, Splinter Twin, and I'll give the nod to Mirran Crusader. And the rest were sort of, you know, just okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching us crack these packs, and I will see you guys next time.